Welcome back. I'm Nick.
I'm Julia.
I'm James.
And I'm Matea.
We have a short lesson for you this time around.
We're going to look at how we use RDWorks to import, process, and re-export DXF files that were previously optimized in Design CAD. There's not a lot left to do before we can create our laser file, so this won't take us long.
To get started, let's open a blank RDWorks session and import our DXF into the program. We can click File, Import, or we can just come up here and click the Import button. In either case, we will have to find our DXF in our menus. Make sure you save it under logical name and location so you can find it. You'll be looking for the yellow rectangular DXF.
When we select and accept it, our DXF layout appears in the middle of the RDWorks screen. Once we click anywhere in the RDWorks window, it becomes active and we can start to work on preparing the file.
The first thing we usually do is move the part up to the top right of the laser bed area. As we learned in Lesson 2M, dragging the four-way arrow will move all selected items and leave behind any that aren't selected. We want to move the whole layout so that if we import more files, they won't be immediately stacked on top of one another. That can make it difficult to select specific entities.
You can see that we already have two layers. Both the layers and their colors are carried over in the DXF file we created in Design CAD. We'll check the cut settings on these by double-clicking on each one. The speed setting on the second one is 130. That's a little fast, so we'll take it down to 10 millimeters per second and set the power levels to 35% and 35%.
We only need the one laser because we don't have a second laser beam generator in our machine. So we'll uncheck the second laser if it's active. Set if blowing to yes, cut to yes. There we go.
So now if we wanted to add graphics, we would import them, resize them to fit our parts, assign them to a new color layer, and drag them onto our panel in our part where we want them to be engraved. We then set up the order that the laser works to laser in, make any adjustments needed in our bitmap handles tool, and make sure that the engraving settings for this new layer are appropriate for the type of engraving being done and the materials being used.
If we wanted to engrave some text, we'd use the Text tool in RDWorks to insert, position, and size the text, and then repeat the engrave settings and cut order selection steps. Note that we always want any engraving or interior cut steps done before the other cuts are done. We don't want the parts moving around while they're being engraved. Once everything is set up properly, we save to UFile to create our laser file on a USB stick.
And that's it. That's all it takes to prepare a laser file in RDWorks when the DXF has already been optimized in Design CAD first.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.